Hi there, my name is Beth.
Bitch so bad, I wanna shoot.
We gotta stop this queen lady!
I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best.
I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband.
Shoot, like a hoop, spot, I'm riding in the coupe.
Don't you like to harass and trigger someone with actual PTSD? Don't you think it's fucking funny?
Apparently, we're all supposed to be okay with rape.
So this video took an unreasonable amount of time to make. One of the reasons for this is because the rabbit hole surrounding Queen of Karma goes very deep in many different directions. I'm way too lazy for that fucking shit. So instead of going through every spat and drama she's ever been involved in on the internet, I decided to instead just attack her character. So buckle your seats and have a cigarette, because that's what I'm going to do. Cigarettes are based, and if you don't smoke, you should, because cigarettes make you look cool.
The chemicals you inhale cause mutations in your body.
So who is Queen of Karma, you might be asking? Well, that's a very good question. She's a fucking cunt! Why am I calling her a nobody lolcow? I mean, after all, at the end of the day, she has more subs than I do, right? Although it's a bit questionable as to whether or not she actually attained those subs or if she bought them, but that's besides the point. The reason I'm calling her a nobody is that, well, quite frankly, if you look at her channel, it seems to be dead. She gets very little views on most of her videos, and, well, to be fair, I guess I fall in a somewhat similar category, as in, like, every other video I make might get 1,000 views here or there, but for the most part, they get like 500 here, 100 there. It's very random, I don't really know, and I think part of that is my fault, since I touch on way too many different subjects. Yeah, that's all on me. But I take responsibility, and that's what's important. Queen of Karma, on the other hand, will go out of her way to start drama, and then the moment that fucking any pushback hits, well, she's the victim all of a sudden.
Stalking people with mental health issues and trying to upset them so that they have content. But I don't know, maybe that's just the people I watch.
Apparently, not only is that the case, but she has a history of doing this. Apparently, it's a pattern of behavior, but she did it with me. One of the things she likes to do the most, though, is to hide behind her PTSD, the very trendy variation of PTSD. You know, the PTSD that's complex and complicated, not like the simple and rudimentary PTSD that everyone else has.
There is not a lot of awareness about complex post-traumatic stress disorder in the world. There's a lot about just post-traumatic stress disorder, but when it comes to complex, there are whole communities of people that actually don't believe that this exists. There are whole communities of people that believe that the only way that you can get PTSD is if you are a veteran. So things like human trafficking, domestic violence, prolonged childhood abuse, apparently to them don't equate to going to war. However, I beg to differ, because you try being a 5-year-old little girl being raped every day and praying to a God that never comes and saves you. People wonder why I'm atheist. And I promise you, it's like being in a war zone. The whole, like, gatekeeping mental health disorders thing is just, I don't care. I'm like, sure. Do you want to say you got it worse than me, bro? Go say you got it worse than me, then.
And the thing is that bothers me about that the most is I really don't like it when people hide behind mental disorders that they may or may not have. I think it really undermines the seriousness of mental health, if there is any to be had. I mean, realistically, at the end of the day, whenever you go and broadcast your mental disorders on the internet, you're really just asking to be mocked. In other words, I'm just gonna mock you incessantly and call you a fucking retard. And speaking of retardation, she also likes to claim that she has autism, in addition to CPTSD. But realistically, at the end of the day, I don't know what diagnoses she actually has, but what I do know for a fact is that she's a crazy psychotic cunt that roleplays as Harley Quinn, thus romanticizing the idea of mental health problems in the first place.
Hey, Darrell. What you gave ya? Wanna play game? Little bitch put me on blast. Thought I forgot.
In other words, yes, in fact, she's actually retarded. Not unlike every other psychotic white bitch in existence. But I think the most interesting thing about her, the thing that gets often missed, or at least looked over, is the fact that she formerly called herself Queen of Spade. And the reason, of course, that's absolutely hilarious is the simple fact that according to Urban Dictionary, a Queen of Spade is a woman that is obsessed with big black cock.
I'm sorry, Wes, that I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband. Is that why you're mad? I don't understand.
It's your boy, John Carney.
That's why Suit was mad, I guess. He said he was half black.
So if there's any truth to the idea that Wes was upset that you wouldn't let him fuck you in front of your white husband, which I doubt there's any truth to that, but if there were, I would completely understand because, false advertising. So in the end, she changed her name to Queen of Karma, and, well, there you go. And it's really weird, though, too, that she calls herself Queen of Karma. It's really strange, because she also goes out of her way to go after religious people. The reason it's weird to call yourself Queen of Karma, or even to have the word karma anywhere around your name, while simultaneously going after all these people on the internet for being religious people, is, well, because quite frankly, karma is a very religious word. In fact, there is really no way to remove the religious connotations away from the word karma. At all. Like, I don't know why you would even do that. It's a little weird. Especially for somebody that goes out of their way to attack pseudoscience and to go after people for not taking that goddamn vaccine. Yes, she's one of those.
Save us, dear vaccine. Take us seriously. We had plans. We were going places. Children in kindergarten. So many voices in chorus. Give us our world again. Tiny gleaming vials. Enter our cities and towns. Shining your light. Restore us to each other.
And look, before people come after me saying that I'm doing that whole anti-vax thing, I'm not. I'm not at all. If you took the vax, don't care. If you didn't take the vax, don't give a shit. The only thing I was ever against was it being mandated. I don't think anything medical should be mandated, at all. But you see, Queen of Karma here thinks you should absolutely be strapped down to a fucking chair and injected repeatedly with, the vaccine and miscellaneous amounts of fucking boosters. I don't know why, but that's essentially her stance in a nutshell. It's pretty fucking stupid. In fact, I would actually make the argument that she was about as religious of COVID-19 and the related treatments as the people she made fun of for their religiosity. It's almost like having a blind belief in something would render one very similar to that of a religious individual. Interesting how that works. And this is coming from somebody, by the way, that is not a religious person at all. I am not a religious person. In fact, I'm an atheist. That said, I also don't think that people should be told what they should and should not believe. Grown adults can believe whatever the fuck they want. I don't care what crazy shit it is. As long as it doesn't affect me or mine directly, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you choose to believe, unless of course you're a Mormon, because Mormons are retarded, but that's besides the point. The thing is, at the end of the day, is this woman, Queen of likes to go out of her way to tell people how they should and should not live their lives. So much so that she likes to go out of her way to complain at people for simply flirting with other people. So how does she do this? Well, one of the ways she does this that I know firsthand is that she likes to go out of her way to empower hideously ugly women to go after men through a #MeToo campaign that is honestly one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Brick my phone.
What?
You broke her phone?
I don't know what the fuck she was on about. I didn't watch the entirety of this video.
Oh, you didn't?
Prior to me making my video on it last night, so when she's going on about me breaking her phone, I was just absolutely fucking dumbfounded.
And take out my Discord.
What? How did I take out your Discord now?
What that means.
What the fuck?
You're a hacker.
Apparently.
Yeah, with the penguin power of flight.
Yeah, I don't know where this bitch lives, but I apparently have the ability to break her phone and get rid of her fucking Discord. Yeah.
That, of course, is clipped from the relatively short 1-hour stream that I did with Alistair Mycroft that they were trying to #MeToo. And on that stream, I said something so damning and so horrific that she managed to unintentionally get one of her lifelong enemies, Dark Ninja, to go after me in her defense, but not only her defense, but also the defense of the very person that she empowered to go after Alistair Mycroft. What I said is that if you're gonna whine about your kid being retarded, you might as well just drown it in the lake.
Wow. You know,
Bro,
nobody's
that's fucked
calling
up.
their child retarded. You know, medical parents value their children more than you could possibly ever value your own life.
You have
I know
children
you don't care.
iconic.
That is the thing. I know you don't care.
You
I
have
saw it with
children
my own eyes.
iconic.
What about that? What'd you say?
Do you have children iconic?
That is none of your business.
The moment
don't
you
respond.
bring your children up on the internet and use your child as a shield to absolve yourself of criticism, you open that door to any asshole that wants to be an asshole.
That's true. He's right.
It's
That's true.
I know! Isn't that fucking great? That I said something so bad I managed, if only for a split second, to unite mortal enemies against me. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? But that's okay, because in the end, she did apologize to yours truly, and it was, of course, the most honest and sincere apology ever written in the history of time. Right? No, obviously not. It was a fucking schizo post. I am sorry that you and Alistair dropping quote, the N-word constantly in the Discord to argue...
Not the bad words.
Yeah. To argue meant you both got yeeted. You broke the one rule of Discord, no N-word, end quote. Here's the thing.
Really?
In those 3 hours that we were arguing in that woman's Discord, I never one time, not once, said that word. And then she said, how can you do that and claim to not be a racist? I think the most interesting take from that is that she called me a racist. And the reason that's funny is because, well, I'm dating a black woman. Yeah, I feel like most actually racist people aren't exactly interested in race mixing. Wait, wouldn't that make me the king of spade? Huh. Anyway, the other reason it's absolutely hilarious to call me racist is, well, quite frankly, she called herself the Queen of Spade. And according to that Sun Chow guy I did a video on, like, last year, that's racist.
PSA. Lust for black bodies doesn't equal love for black people. We out here.
So there you have it. A guy that occasionally goes to Harvard and talks shit. You know, he said it himself. The Sonny Che, whatever the fuck you pronounce that weird shit, has spoken. But really, aside from that, I've been in VCs with her where she did say bad words. But really, I don't even have to mention that because, again, this clip.
I wouldn't let you fuck me in front of my white husband? Is that why you're mad?
But really, if there was one thing, one takeaway from all of this that is really important for you to understand and to know about Queen of Karma, it is that she got super triggered over a Suit Yourself cartoon making fun of her. Here's part of that cartoon.
You all think of people in a very negative way compared to how I think about Suit. I join communities you're in to follow you around. Go around making fake accounts to come and yell at you on social media, thinking about you on Christmas Eve. And I'm going to be the villain.
We're in love with a suit. 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 We're in love with a suit.
Yeah, it's not actually that funny. The cartoon is actually kind of weird and creepy. Maybe that was the intent. I don't know. But realistically, that's not the point. Okay? The point I'm trying to get at is that she got so triggered by that she equated her being triggered to being sexually assaulted and harassed.
This is cringy. This is disgusting. I feel like I've actually been sexually assaulted by Sue. Like, I actually feel like right now sitting here, that I am being sexually assaulted by this man by watching this video. Do you know what it's like to have PTSD from abuse? And then have to sit here and watch something like this? And then have the internet support it? And think it's cool?
I don't know how to explain the levels of retardation required to say that a piece of media assaulted you sexually. But all of that aside, none of that really matters at the end of the day, because the most damning thing about Queen of is that, well, quite frankly, she's a French Canadian. And nobody likes French Canadians, including and especially French Canadians.
Bad words. Bad words. I'm talking bad words. Fringy behavior.